to the game. The Ledyard Colonels and the Fitch Falcons on Jammin' 107.7.
Welcome back to Door Field and to campus of the Fitch Falcons. The halftime score 20 for the Fitch Falcons and 14 for the Ledyard Colonels. I'm Ronnie A. along with Kevin McMahon and Mac. We're going to have a little rundown on the first half, but all in all, we got ourselves a nice game going here at 20-14, and it looks like both teams are moving the ball pretty good now.
Ron, I said before, and I'll say it again, both teams are capable of putting a lot of points on the board. Right now, as you said, 20 for Fitch, 14 for Ledyard. Fitch started off with a kickoff return to the 42, and then there was a quarterback sneak. They missed the extra point. That put Fitch up 6-0. Then Chevy Perry had a touchdown. The extra point was good. That puts Ledyard ahead. And Bobby Johnson, a 22-yard run, and then Saquon Davis scored the touchdown. Ian Boyd made the extra point. Darnay Gray, who is a tough big guy in the backfield for Ledyard, scored a touchdown, and that brings us and then Saquon Davis scored again. So Saquon has a couple. Ron, as you know, Saquon Davis a couple of weeks ago scored 6 touchdowns in the first half, and then Coach Emery put the JVs in, the second stringers and JVs, and the Fitch still won, but they had to watch out for the mercy, the Cochran 50-point rule. So they put in, Coach Emery put in the second stringers and the JVs, and
the cheerleaders were dressed.
And the cheerleaders were dressed. And I know my favorite cheerleader was you, Ron, because you could shake those pom-poms.
No, I was your favorite cheerleader because you like guys like me. I don't know what else to tell you, Mac. But let me take this time because I said hi to my beautiful daughter, Gillian, and I got a text from my other one, Angel, and she's home saying, what am I, chopped liver? So I love you, Angel. Happy Thanksgiving to you and my grandson. Justice, and don't forget that kid. Yes. Angel, you'll always be my favorite.
Adorable. Love Angel and Gillian. And Ron, do me a favor. Say hello to my sister Mary Ellen because she is your biggest fan.
She is the best. How is she? Everything's good?
I love my sister Mary Ellen. Yes.
I know you do.
And her daughters, Allie and Sydney, and Madeline, my great niece, and also now Henry Hahn.
Kathy's parents. Let's not forget them.
Mike
but
and
let's
Betsy
just
Wilson.
take this
We
time
love those guys.
for everybody to say hi to everybody in your family, and Thanksgiving, probably the greatest holiday at all, where we just give thanks. And it's not the pressurized holidays of a birthday or Christmas when you got to give out these crazy gifts and that thing. It's a time to eat, it's a time to drink, and it's a time to watch football, and that's what Thanksgiving's about, Mac, and that's why it is and always will be my favorite holiday.
Love Thanksgiving, and I'm grateful for Thanksgiving. I'm also grateful to be an American, Ron.
God bless America.
And to our military. Thank you, all the men and women in our military, keeping us safe and free.
Thank you to the military, and I don't know what's going on with our leadership. We got this guy Romney, he's out. We got Obama, don't care. I don't know what's going on anymore, but I tell you what, I want to thank them the veterans, and I want to thank the people in our military, because without them, we'd all be talking Japanese and eating sushi right now instead of eating these fine foods that are bringing us from the Starwood Market.
Yes, indeed. Starwood Market.
Yes, indeed. And we also want to thank Paul Wolf. He's the timer. He's an official up here helping us out from the Eastern Board, letting us know what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. And we do a little bit more wrong than right, Mac, but that's okay.
Yes, indeed. Ronnie, I'd like to show some recognition for some Ledyard kids and some Fitch kids. Jessica Hespler, state champion swimmer, and Fitch's Aaron Hill, who made All-State at shortstop and is going to UConn. And Fitch's state championship baseball team from last year, the Ledyard girls volleyball state championship. And congratulations to cinematographer James Messina, whose film Planned Existence is a top 10 winner in the Trans World Cinematography Contest.
Excellent.
He's a young Steven Spielberg. I've seen James's work, and he is absolutely wonderful. Don't forget, folks, go on YouTube and look up James Messina, especially his new work, which I saw last night, Culture Shock Skate. Check out James Messina, a Fitch senior.
And I also want you to talk a little bit about Kathy Wilson and her program that she has going, the camping, the traveling thing. I want to talk a little bit about that as time goes on, okay,
Yes,
Mac?
indeed. I'll be proud to talk about that. And how Kathy and Seth Seth Danner, they led a group of kids up Mount Katahdin in Maine, the highest point in Maine, second highest point in New England, and they spent 5 days up there. The only middle school probably in New England to climb their hiking club, climbed Mount Katahdin and camped out in Baxter State Park in northern Maine.
Wow, what an experience. I couldn't even do that as an adult, let alone in middle school.
You couldn't drive up Katahdin.
No, I couldn't. Well, Kathy does a great job with the students and one of the great Groton teachers. I want to thank them all. I want to thank the great Ledyard teachers for everything you do. Right now, Fitch is going to kick off. Ledyard is going to get the ball. They won the opening toss. They deferred to the second half. Might work for them, might not. Fitch kicking off, radio right to radio left. It's a line drive kick, and Ledyard's going to fall on it on the 30-yard line. So, Mac, this is kind of confusing because the Fitch kicker kicked off 3 beautiful kicks that went high as the light poles and landed at the 5-yard line. But now the last 2 kicks have been squib kicks. I don't know if it's intentional or not. But anyway, Mac, as we go on, we're going to start mentioning some of these offensive line and defensive line players because they really are starting to control the game. And this game will be won in the trenches, that's for sure. So Ledyard comes out, led by their freshman quarterback. Hands off to Gray again, his workhorse, the 6'2", 240-pounder. And he gets a first down, a 10-yard gain right off the bat. Glenn Graham, director of the Jimmy Fund, does so many wonderful things, from Ryan's Pub, raising all kinds of money for children with cancer. We want to thank Glenn and everybody at Ryan's Pub for what they do for children with cancer. Glenn, the door's that way if you can find it. There you go, buddy. Mac, help him to the door. I mean, he just left Ryan's. He's doing all right, though. Quarterback for the Ledyard is a freshman. He's a draw play, and it's a draw play to Carter. Carter trying to get out, and he'll be a no gain. But the quarterback, Ty Ebden, just the freshman, with a surprise start today, doing a phenomenal job thus far, leading the Ledyard way. 20 for Fitch, 14 for Ledyard, and 11 minutes to play in the third quarter, Mac.
That was a nice tackle by Desmond Hodges. And the play before that, Albo. 2 good defenders. Adrian Albo.
So the quarterback runs over to Coach Jimmy Buonicore to get the signal, quarterback being Ty Ebden of the Ledyard Colonels. Ledyard comes out with a very tight offensive line. In motion is Carter. Ball handed off. It's a fake, and it's going to be an incompleted pass as the quarterback kind of ran into one of his halfbacks. So that's kind of a broken play, man.
It was a broken play, and Darnell Gray ran into the quarterback. And obviously a broken play, and it cost them 1 down.
So it's going to be a 3rd and about 10 for the Ledyard Colonels. Ball is on their own 42-yard line. Third quarter just underway. 20 for the Falcons. 14 for the Colonels. 3rd and 10 for Ledyard from the I formation. Carter in motion. Handoff to Gray in the backfield. Met at the line of scrimmage. Falcons starting to dig in and realize Gray's the guy going to be carrying the ball. The Falcons stop him right there. So Ledyard forced to punt the ball. So this will be a 3 and out for Ledyard. Kind of not what they wanted, but it is what the Falcons want.
Jordan Green from the linebacker position made a nice tackle on that play, Ron, for the Fitch Falcons, causing Ledyard to into a punt situation.
Kerry Childs back to punt the ball. He's standing on the 30-yard line, his own 30-yard line. Back deep for the Falcons is Johnson. They ran into the kicker. Billy Longway saying nothing there. Jimmy Buonicore not happy. The quarterback's rolling around, and Longway is now saying the ball was tipped. And here comes Jimmy Buonicore to check on his player. But that's the deal. If the ball is tipped when he punts it, the kicker's wide open. I'm going to check with my official referee right here. But if the ball is partially blocked, the punter's wide open. And it's open season on punters that day. And that's kind of like what happened here. Buonicore understands the call from Billy Longway, walking away, and he's over his punter. But nice play by the Falcons.
It was a great rush. I didn't see him tip the ball, but the ref was right there and says he tipped the ball. And
you know, Mac, not only was the ref right there, But Jimmy's not saying a word to the ref.
Yeah.
And he knows it was tipped. Because if he didn't know that ball was tipped, he'd be in Billy Longway's grill right now. But he knows what happened.
Yeah.
Right, Paul? You got it. In any event, standing ovation now for Carrie Childs. Jeepers, I wonder if that's one of the all-time great basketball players, family come from Groton, James Childs, and I hope that's part of the family. Nice. Boy, he's a little hurt, though, Mac. He's really hurt.
He's limping, but you know what? The good news is he's walking off under his own power.
Yeah.
So that's good news.
Maybe it's just knocked the wind out of him a little bit, but
if his family is listening, he's
fine. He's fine.
Off the field.
Okay, Falcons with the ball with their first play. There's a flag on the play. So we'll see what happens right here. Fitch taking over on their own 15-yard line with 9 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the third quarter. Falcons with the lead 20-14. And it's going to be a holding, we hear, against the Fitch Falcons, which should put the ball halfway to the goal line and put the ball back at about the 7.5-yard line. So a long way to go for the Falcons, but they really want to put a score up because Ledyard has shown they can move the ball when they need to.
Ron, we haven't talked about the crowd. This is one of the biggest crowds at a Thanksgiving game I've seen in many years. It's an excellent crowd. I would say at least 3,000, 3,500 people. Both stands are pretty full. It's obviously Ledyard has a 6-3 record. Fitch has an 8-1 record.
So it's 1st and 17.5 for the Falcons. Ball handed off to the fullback up the middle. A lot of misdirection along the way, but the fullback with a gain of about 4. We're going to call it a 2nd down and 12 as the Falcons were called for holding on the play. Quarterback getting his play brought in by Christian Charon. Boy, I'll tell you what, the quarterback for Falcon, he really looks like a stud, Mac. 6'5", big, tall, and we know he throws a beautiful spiral pass. Center for the Falcons is Mike Samancic, and Mike playing a phenomenal game thus far for the Falcons. So, from the Delaware wing tee, ball giving to Bobby Johnson around left end. He's out to the 20, knocked out of bounds at about the 24-yard line, and that's going to be right at the first down marker. Gain of about 11 or 12 on the play. Could bring up a 3rd down, and I'm going to call it a... Jeepers, I'm going to call this about 6 inches, Mac, from up here.
Yep. But
a big 3rd down for the Falcons as they lead 20-14, and I believe they're going to measure this when it's that close, so they're going to have to come from the other side of the field and bring it over here to measure.
Well, clearly, in reference to the crowd, Ron, clearly another factor is just the most splendid day I have seen. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous day. And wherever you are, happy Thanksgiving. This crowd is very intent on this game because it's Fitch 20, Ledyard 14.
Holy mackerel, it's about 2 inches short. Billy Longway, the referee, holding it down there and bringing it over. So it's going to be a 3rd and about 2 inches. And so far this game has been refereed impeccably, I have to tell you. We've only seen a couple flags, I think, Mac. Gosh, oh God, I can remember in the past we saw one time about 82 flags on one play, didn't we?
Yeah.
But impeccably refereeing thus far this game. And like I said earlier, if you think the referees from our area aren't that good, go downstate and check out one of their games, and then you come back and appreciate the officials that we have in Eastern Connecticut, because they train all the time, they have classes, they make sure these guys know what they're doing, and that goes for football, basketball, and baseball. We really do have some super officials in our area. So 3rd down, 2 inches to go. Ball on the Falcon 24-yard line. Quarterback Anderson under center. He's looking in motion. Saffron Davis. Quick hit to the fullback. He's losing yards. Nice play by Ledyard right there. Gang tackled right there by Colin Grimm. I got to tell you, Colin hopped right in there. Loss of a yard on the play. Big play for the Ledyard Colonels as they stop the Falcons with their 3 and out. And Ledyard players want their fans to get up because they're pumped up. We're going to have a brouhaha the rest of this game, Mac.
Yes, indeed. That was a nice fake, but Kyle Perry was not fooled by that fake run.
So back to punt are the Falcons. It's a line drive kick, and he kicks on about the 42-yard line, and he's met right there by Bobby Johnson as he backed up about the 39-yard line. Nice coverage by the Falcons on really a poor kick, a line drive kick. Only went about 10 feet high as it traveled, Mike, but Bobby Johnson got down there quick and stopped him right away.
I don't know what his dimensions are because we don't have the heights and weights here for Fitch. We do have for Ledyard, but Bobby Johnson doesn't look that big, but he is a tough, hard-nosed kid who is extremely fast and has a good sense of where he is and where the defenders are, and he made a nice tackle on that play.
Well, I bet if they weighed his heart, Mac, it'd probably be a lot heavier than the rest of them, that's for sure. From the shotgun formation, Ledyard Colonels, hands off to the halfback on the left side, around the left side for a gain about 3. That's Chevy Perry around the left end. We're going to call a gain of 3. Ball now on the Ledyard 43-yard line. 20 for the Falcons, 14 for Ledyard, 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. So now Ledyard's turn to try to move the ball. And, you know, this game's going to come down, and Mike, and it could come down to that extra point.
Fitch's first score. Hey, Ron, guess what? It's been a long time now, but Fitch's second touchdown was called back. So they lost at one point because of a wide kick, and then they lost a touchdown on a flag.
Handoff to Gray, and Gray met right there for a loss on the play. So Fitch is starting to stop Gray. They've made some defensive changes to make sure that Gray, because, Mac, every time he touched the ball, he was getting 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 yards of carry, and that's 3 times in a row where they've stopped Gray in his tracks. So it's going to bring up a third down and 5. Ball is placed at the Ledyard 43-yard line as I get a score in from Waterford. Waterford now trailing East Lyme 17-16 in the third quarter. NFA 14, New London 0 in the third quarter. So here comes Ledyard, 3rd and 6. Quarterback back to pass, and covered very well by the Falcons. Ball overthrown, so it's going to bring up a 4th down. And the one thing about Jimmy Bunicor is we never know if he's going to punt the ball or not, but it looks like his punt team coming on down just 6 points, Mac. I don't think he wants to give the ball to the Falcons in Ledyard territory.
No, clearly. I think we're going to see a punt, Ron, but hey, what do I know?
So back up the punt is Childs. Childs again in good shape. He's got the ball away, and it's a bit of a line drive kick. Takes a Ledyard bounce. Bobby Johnson gets out of the way. The ball rolls down to the Fitch 21-yard line where the Falcons will try to get something going. It's 6 minutes left to play, third quarter. It's 20-14. We've had 3 possessions of the second half. Ledyard had 2. Fitch has had 1. Ledyard's been 3 and out twice. Fitch was 3 and out once. So I think the defenses did some halftime changes and altering, which have stopped both offenses as they come. So here come the Falcons out at the 22-yard line. Devontae Anderson, the quarterback under center. In motion is Saffron Davis. He goes to the right side trying to get away, met by a host of Colonels, and he's probably tackled at about the 25-yard line. A gain of about 3 on the play, going to bring up a 2nd down and 7.
Excellent defense by Kerry Childs and Kyle Perry, who contained that sweep and stopped him.
So play coming in now, told to Devontae Anderson. And Mike Evans got to be real happy with this kid coming back next year, Mac. He is a good quarterback.
I saw Mike in a restaurant in July, and he said, Kevin, we are going to be very, very good. And he said, mark my words. I did mark your words, Mike, and you are very, very good.
So back to pass is Anderson, and he hands the ball off on a draw play to Bobby Johnston, and Bobby Johnston with a gain of about 12 on the play for a 1st down for the Falcons. Now the ball is out to the 35-yard line of the Ledyard Colonels, so Falcons with the first down of the second half.
Jordan Green made a nice block, one of the guards for Fitch, and allowing Bobby Johnson to cut back, and it made a nice game.
Big Tight Delaware wing T offense. 3 backs, 1 in motion is Davis. Handoff on the quick hitter to the fullback. Fullback with about a 2-yard gain. That's John Moscow. Going to bring up a second down, and we're going to give him 3 on that. It's going to bring up a second down and 7 for the Falcons.
Well, Alec Gabriel, who goes both ways, Ron, made that tackle. He's a big kid, too. Alec Gabriel, 5'11", 240. Ledyard's lightest lineman weighs 190, but he's 6'3". They've got some horses that go both ways on the Ledyard team. Clearly, when you see them line up, Ledyard is a much bigger team than Fitch, and they say that Fitch is vertically challenged.
Back to passes, Anderson for the Falcons. He's wide open on the right side is John Moscow. He's jimming and jobbing, but he's right at the first down marker. A nice play by Anderson. And I think Anderson has thrown 4 passes there, and I believe he's 4 for 4 so far, but it's going to be close for a first down. Ball out to the 45-yard line. Fitch with the ball, starting to move the ball at their own 45-yard line. So we're going to have a timeout, it looks like, Mac. Oh, it's official measure. That's what it is. Thank you, Miles. Official timeout to measure. So right now we're going to talk a little bit about our sponsors. Today's most valuable player, brought to you by Groton Utilities. Groton Utilities, most valuable player. We will have a most valuable offensive player. We will have a most valuable defensive player from both teams today. They're playing for the sword. Colonel Ledyard's swords. A lot of people don't realize it. Colonel Ledyard, one of the first of great Americans, was a colonel for the Revolutionary Army, killed about 2 miles from here. And this game is for his sword.
That is true. And incidentally, Ledyard's had that sword for 4 years.
4 straight years, and the Falcons want it back. 3rd down and an inch. Hand off to Davis. He has the first down and more. He has about 3-4 breaks away, and luckily a touchdown. He would have gone, but it's a first down for the Falcons. Ball is on the Falcons' 49-yard line, so still in Fitch territory. With 4 minutes to play, 3rd quarter, Falcons on top, 20-14.
Ronnie, that looked like a rugby scrum with about 10 guys surrounding the ball carrier. 4 from, on each side of the team, the scrum going back and forth. But that's an intense game right now. It's a very intense game with Fitch up 20-14 over Ledyard.
Falcons with the ball. Anderson out under center. In motion is Johnston. Ball to the fullback. He's got plenty of room. He's down to the left side, down to the 30, all the way. And that is Kevin Manzares. And Kevin Manzares with a, all the way, Miles says, but a 50-yard run. There's a flag on the field in the backfield of the Falcons, which usually tells you it's going to go against Fitch. And referee Billy Longway saying, bring it back. 52-yard run by the fullback off left center, but it's coming back.
And that hole was as wide as a Chevy. That was a huge hole. He is extremely fast. Haven't seen much of him, certainly this game. But this is Fitch's 2nd touchdown called back. I didn't see the infraction.
And we'll find out just a minute exactly what's happening. Referee's talking it over. Billy Longway pointing to his yellow piece of dirty linen on the floor. And I believe that is the point of the foul, but it was a quick hitter. It was just a quick hit to the fullback. I mean, it really was nothing happening in the backfield. So we'll see what happened. I really don't know. Now he's telling us it's a personal foul. It's a face mask. It's a face mask against the Falcons. It must have been after the play because he's said it happened at, okay, the line of scrimmage is a 48-yard line. He's saying this incident happened on the 35-yard line, 15 yards behind the larger line of scrimmage. And he's calling it a face mask. So instead of a touchdown, Fitch has moved from the 48-yard line all the way down to the 25-yard line.
That was a 70-yard penalty.
Of 3rd and 40, the scoreboard says. So, and Falcons throw the ball. They have a wide-open receiver out in the flats. That's Riley Plazowski, and Riley with the ball. A nice catch to the outside. So we'll figure out what's going on. Is that true? Do we have a 4th and 40? Is that about it? Second down, the thing's there. Here we says 4th. We got to fix this. What's going on here, guys? Help me out. Second down, it says on the field. Okay, scoreboard's now coming to second down, and it's going to be about a 20 yards to go for a first down. In motion is Davis. Ball given back to the fullback. He's back out. Same guy that just ran 48 yards. And again, that's Manzanares. We haven't heard that name, but Mac, a 52-yard touchdown run call back, and now an 8-yard run. So Falcons got a lot of those yards back from going to 1st and 40. Now we have a 3rd down and about 8 for first down. So what happened was, it was a face mask call. They marked the face mask from the spot of the foul. The spot of the foul was 13 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They went 15 yards past that, which equaled 33 yards. So 3rd down, 8 for the Falcons. And there's the crossbuck. The double to Davis. Davis with the first down around right side. Beautiful play for the Falcons. Davis with a first down to the Ledyard 40-yard line, 39-yard line. Mac, that's that crossbuck, the one you like so much.
And they used it quite a few times in the first half, and then that's the first time we've seen it in the second half. And I think Ledyard was probably making an adjustment to that, and so now Coach Emery chose to use that again. That is, as I said, that's quintessential Mike Emery, that crossbuck play. I love it.
Waits Insurance, Sprigs and Twigs, Ledge Light Health District, Bayberry Insurance, R.B. Kent, Coogan and Gildersleeve, Ryan's Pub, Fields of Fire, Champion Sports, United Way, Starwood Market, Gold Star, Pawn, Valente Automotive, and the Salty Dog. We want to thank all of our sponsors. It's a 1st and 10 for the Falcons at the 42-yard line of Ledyard. In motion is Johnson. They give the ball to the fullback again, Manzanares. Is that right, Kathy? Manzanares. A flag goes flying in the air, Mac. I didn't quite see what happened out there, but I think the tempers are flying a little bit.
I didn't see what happened either, Ron, but I got to say that was the exact same play that Manzanares ran the 48-yarder on. A quick play, a quick dive off the left side. The left side of Fitch's line is very good.
So it's a penalty against Ledyard, a personal foul against the Ledyard Colonels. So they're going to mark that down. And I know these personal fouls in high school football is a lot of yards as time goes on. But a 52-yard touchdown called back, Mac, that would be awful.
Yeah, that can be demoralizing.
Yeah.
But guess what? Now they're moving the ball again, and now they got the bounce back in their step. I want to say, I've said it before, but Jordan Green is playing a heck of a game. Their left tackle, who he sprang Manzanares for that on that 52-yard. Excuse me, I said 48, but it's 52-yard touchdown that was called back.
So the ball is placed on the Ledyard 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. 2 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Handoff on the right side to Saffron Davis. And Saffron gets about 2 yards. So Fitch is on top 20-14. A minute 40 to play in the 3rd quarter. Mac, we're going to have a great 4th quarter in this game.
Yeah, we are. It reminds me of last year, Ron. I said it before, and Ledyard won the game with 7 seconds left. That was a heck of a game, but so is this.
A few penalties right now. One big one against Fitch cost him a 52-yard touchdown run. And not only that, backed him up from the 48-yard line all the way back to the 20-yard line. That was some differential in that run. But a minute 12 to play. 3rd quarter, over center for the Falcons. Pitch back to Bobby Johnson around the left side. And Johnson met right there on the Ledyard Colonels by Benjamin Morales, tackled right there by the defensive tackle Ben Morales.
And Colin Grimm.
Colin Grimm, we've near that name. And I remember Danny Grimm. He used to play for the Falcons a long time ago.
Yes.
I wonder if that's a relation. You know, you look at these names and you sit back and wonder. The names stay the same, just the faces change, man.
And I saw Danny the other day. Danny is a City of Groton police officer. Danny's a good guy.
So it's coming down to 30 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Falcons on top 20-14. The ball is on the 23-yard line. Third down and 10 for the Falcons, and they're going to blow it dead. I believe it's a motion penalty that's going to be called against the Falcons. And we'll find out. You know, Billy Longway's a referee. He's been doing this probably longer than I was in high school, and he really does a nice job of controlling things. I was in high school for quite a while.
Actually, Fitch was your best 8 years, wasn't it, Ron?
I would say Fitch was my best 8 years, and college, all 15 years of that was wonderful.
You are a perfect example why special education works so well, Ron.
One of the former Fitch Falcons, Charlie Brown, coming up to say hi. Hi, Charlie. I remember that interception about 15 years ago, Charlie. Charlie says, I'm making them old. Thanks for coming up, Charlie. Charlie says, Charlie. Here we go, Falcons 3rd and 15. Ball handed off to the fullback. And again, Messinares, and he stopped there. And here comes some more dirty linen. So as soon as I started talking about no flags, I haven't been throwing any, Mac. Now we've seen about 8 plays in a row with lots of dirty laundry.
A lot of flags, Ron. But you know what we haven't seen? We haven't seen one fumble. We haven't seen one interception. And I'd like to talk to Kathy Wilson, our statistician. How many Devontae Anderson has thrown 7 or 8 passes, and I don't think one has been incomplete, right?
Yeah, no, he's 5 for 5 thus far, Mac.
Is he 5 for 5?
5 passes, 5 completions. So that is the end of the third quarter. What we're going to do is take a break. We'll come back for the fourth quarter. Get ready. Get the turkey going. Baste it. Stir the gravy. Open up them cranberries. Do what you got to do. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. I'm Ronnie A. along with Kevin Mack, Kathy Wilson. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. Fitch 20, Ledyard 14. Stay with us. You're listening to Jammin' 107.7.
Thanksgiving high school football with the Ledyard Colonels and the Fitch Falcons. We'll be right back after this on Jammin' 107.7.
The Antonino Auto Group wishes both teams the best of luck in this Thanksgiving Day football rivalry. The Antonino Auto Group, family owned and operated for over 50 years and proud to be your transportation leader. The Antonino Auto Group, Girard Toyota, Michael Kia, Antonino Acura, Girard Nissan, Nissan of Norwich, Charles Toyota, Girard Ford, and Toyota of Colchester, wishing you and your family a happy Thanksgiving.
Hey everybody, it's Lee Elsey. There's only one landscaper that I will ever use, and that's Spriggs and Twigs. And here's my friend, Linda Lilly.
Hi, my name is Linda Lilly. I am co-owner and president of Spriggs and Twigs Landscapes, and I'm here to talk about landscape design. We specialize in low-maintenance, naturalistic landscapes. We use as many native plants as possible. We also specialize in curb appeal, especially for a thought of selling your house and coming by and sprucing up your house to present a good first impression. I consult if you would like to do the work yourself around your property. I would be very happy to come out and talk with you and give you some pointers and hints.
Call Spriggs and Twigs today, 860-235-0752, or check them out online, spriggsandtwigs.net.
Now, back to the game. The Ledyard Colonels and the Fitch Falcons on Jammin' 107.7.
Hey, welcome back to Fitch Senior High School on the campus of Fitch Senior High School at Dorr Field. And I want to tell everyone that my good buddy Carl Barber stopping by, an old Fitch fullback back in the day. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. 20 for Fitch, 14 for the Ledyard Colonels. Waterford winning right now, 29-16 miles, I believe we got going on. So, going to be a great fourth quarter. There's been a penalty on the Ledyard Colonels. What's going on out there, Carl? It's good to see you always.
Good to see you too, Ron.
Didn't recognize you. I said, "Who's that old guy staring at me out there?" Okay. So Falcons with the ball now. First down. And the ball is placed on the 6-yard line after a penalty by the Colonels. So first and goal at the 6-yard line. I don't think the Falcons can get a first down. No, they can't. First and goal to go. Thank you, Paul, as time goes on. So now the referee's Billy Long. We're talking over with his crew, very experienced crew that we have out here. Eddie Carboni, I think he's got more years refereeing high school football than Miles has talking on the microphone over there. Bobby Spring, you remember Bobby Spring? They're older than we are. Mike Brown, Rob Wilson, and the youngster of the crew, Paul Wolf, and he's about 90, so we're doing pretty well. Nothing but fun up here in the Fitch High School. Same old Ron Adams. Here, Carl, have a sandwich and hit the road. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, Ron, you have a birthday coming up.
I do have a birthday. We're not going to talk about that, though.
Yeah, it is. Now Ronnie's age exceeds his IQ.
I'm almost as old as my IQ. Thank you, Mac. I appreciate that as time goes on. So, as we're picking it up, things is referees still talking down there. That's why we're just kind of joking around, wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Right now, we'll say hi to my brother down in South Carolina, my brother Tom. He's listening. Saffron Davis, right side, touchdown for the Falcons. And that was the one that the Falcons kind of needed right there to get them going as time goes. Falcons players raising their hands up and down. They want the playoffs. They want to be pumped up with a game on Tuesday. So don't forget, all week long, go to Jammin' 107.7. Go to your Facebook. Listen to this broadcast all week long as time goes on.
God bless you, man. I will, definitely.
So the kick is up, and that's good. So the score, 27 now for the Falcons and 14 for the Colonels. And, Mac, all in all, this is a really good game because I don't think Ledyard's done yet. They might be down 13 points, but I'm telling you, I know Coach Jimmy Bunicor, they are not done.
They're not done. The crowd is a little quiet, I have to say right now, but Ledyard is not done. I'm going to say it again. If you remember last year, they won. Ledyard beat Fitch with 7 seconds left on the clock. So they don't have Alex Manwaring, but they've got some horses out there. So we've got a great fourth quarter here. It's with 11:64 left. Fitch up 27 to Ledyard's 14.
They don't have Alex Manwaring, Mac, but they got Chevy Perry, and they have Darnay Gray, some great running backs.
Yes, indeed.
And don't forget the freshman quarterback, Ty Ebden, really having a nice game. So the Falcons kicked off by Ian Boyd. It's another ground ball on the ground, picked up by Childs, and I believe Childs is the kicker, punter, and runs them back. So he really is a special team player.
Yeah.
I've never seen a punter run back punts. That's got to be a first for me. So Ledyard gets the ball out to the 35-yard line, where they'll take over, trailing by 13 points with 11 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the game. And again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody out there. Enjoy your day, and don't forget to give thanks. Don't forget to give thanks to your neighbor, to your friends, to your teachers, to your brothers, to your sisters, and kind of like everybody, Mac.
Yes, indeed.
So from the shotgun formation, freshman quarterback Eblin out to the left side, and he hits his wide receiver out there. That's Jordan Kowalski. So quarterback Ty Ebden throws the ball on the money, and it looks like he's settling down a little bit. You could tell the first quarter freshman starting a Thanksgiving Day game of all games to start. You could tell he was a little bit jitterish, but he's really settling down. 27 Fitch, 14 for Ledyard. Other scores: Waterford High 29-16 over East Lyme. NFA 14-0 over New London. There's Gray with the ball again, bobbing and weaving and dodging for a first down, up over the 45-yard line to the 46-yard line. So Ledyard with 11 minutes left to play in the game, just taking their time. Coach Jimmy Bunicor knows clock's not a factor yet. Plenty of time to get two scores.
Yes, indeed. And, Ron, I think you've just coined a new word, jitterish. I think that was jittery and nervous put together. I like that. I'm going to use that today.
I'm good at that because I did that all through my educational career of making my own words, and if they didn't know what they meant, there was shame on them because...
That is true.
When I said the word gibberish, did you know what I meant?
I did. I liked it.
I think I need to rewrite the English language, Kathy.
Yeah.
Thank you, baby.
Not only are you a master at linguistics, but you got a face for radio, Ron.
Well, I was a master when I worked on the MyJoy. But 11 minutes to play, fourth quarter. Quarterback hands off, met right there. Big 54 for the Fitch Falcons. Yeah. Jordan Green says, "You're not going anywhere today." Taken right down, and Jordan Green, along with Patrick Kirkwood, knocked him right on his tail. I got to tell you, second down for the Colonels. Second down, loss of 1 on the play.
Jordan Green goes both ways, like a lot of the Fitch guys, and the Ledyard linemen as well. A lot of these guys are going both ways, metaphorically speaking.
Ball on the 45-yard line, 27 for the Falcons. So next year, what game are we going to be doing? Probably won't be this one. Quarterback for Ledyard back to pass, and just right through the hands of Childs on the other side, but he was covered pretty well. But, let's take a little bit of time out to thank the Red Roof Broadcasting, Jammin' 107.7, for allowing us to put this on, owned by John Fuller. Without these guys, we wouldn't be able to put this broadcast to you. It's on Facebook. It'll be on Facebook to listen to for as long as you want. So thanks to John. But, the real thanks goes to Tim Burrows, Mac, because without Tim Burrows, we wouldn't be doing this broadcast. Tim runs the show. People think John's the owner, but Tim runs the show, that's for sure. And without Burrows, there would not be high school sports in this area. So, 3rd and 11 for the Colonels. Pass out in the flats, and he's met with a gain of about 2. And that was the running back, Jordan Kowalski. So we'll see if the Colonels kick. They're down 2 scores, 27-14. And now it's 9 minutes and 50 seconds left to play in the game. And as Miles just said, ball on the 46-yard line of the Ledyard Colonels. Back to punt for the Colonels is Childs. Deep for the Fitch Falcons is John Moscow. It's a nice snap, nice high punt. Moscow getting out of the way, takes a huge Ledyard Colonel bounce, still rolling, and they stop it right about at the 5-yard line. So the ball landed at about the 20. I got to tell you, Moscow's got to try to fair catch that, so that won't happen, because it rolled all the way down to about the 4-yard line. He really had a good opportunity to fair catch it, chose to get out of the way.
Yeah, that was, as you said, that was about a 20-yard, close to a 20-yard Ledyard bounce that puts them back near the end zone. There's our buddy, Bob Lehner.
From the Par 4. We got to thank them for dinner tonight. They're buying our dinner tonight and tomorrow night. People at the Par 4, thank you very much. We'll be there, that's for sure. So, I got to tell my baby to be here. So, 9:20 to play. Falcons with the ball on their own 5-yard line. Pass around the left end to Davis, and there he goes. Out to around the 22-yard line, 17-yard gain, and that gets you out of trouble real quick, Mac.
Real quick. One play, they're out of trouble. But, hey, we'll see. As you said, Ledyard's not going to give up. It's 27-14 Fitch, 9:15 left in the fourth quarter.
And let me say hi to my good friend Tina down in Arkansas and her family listening in on the World Wide Web. Jammin'1077.com. Glad you're tuning in, and I'll be home soon, and don't you worry. Don't you worry about a thing. Because you know I'm the mayor, right, Matt?
You are the mayor. I thought you were the governor of Arkansas.
I will be.
In the land where all the family trees are wreaths.
I just have to lose a few more teeth, and I'll be able to run for the governor of Arkansas. 27 for the Falcons, 14 for the Colonels. Ball taken over left. Did I say that?
Ronnie, if your mother and father get divorced, will they still be brother and sister?
Mac, I understand you built the log cabin you were born in, and I want to congratulate you for that.
Well, I never knew my mother. She left home before I was born.
Back to the game, 27 for the Falcons, 14 for the Colonels. We love you all. Happy Thanksgiving. 8 minutes to play in the game. Fitch with the ball. And what they want to do now, Mac, is put some icing on their cake and take that right to the playoffs with them. Run by Davis around left side for about a 7-yard gain.
Same play.
Same play. And looking real good. 8 minutes to go, just under 8 minutes. And let's tell you right now hey, I want to tell you something, and I got to save it for a minute. But anybody out there having a party, whether it's a G-rated party for the children or an R-rated party for the adults, don't have a party without Saxophone Santa. He jazzes up any party that you'll have for the kids, for the adults. It just doesn't matter, and it is very inexpensive. I think he might do it for free if you call today. Mention my name, but Saxophone Santa, here's Davis for the run around the left side, gain of about 7. Close to a Falcon first down. But Saxophone Santa, whether for the children, whether for the adults, whether you're at an establishment or whether you're home, give him a call. He'll brighten up any of your holiday occasions. Just put some money in his bell and he'll just keep playing as time goes on. But all the Christmas carols, and I'll tell you what, in all honesty, he will jazz up any party that you have during the Christmas holidays. You just can't believe it. You can be reached 448-2600, 448-26. Oh, we changed our number. It's 912-2138. He's another one that got tired of paying for a house phone. Does anybody buy a house phone anymore?
I read an article, 70% of Americans have trashed their landlines, their home phone. Yeah, 70% of Americans, because they're sick of the solicitous and political calls.
Exactly.
So I trashed my landline.
That's all it is. So we'll give that number again. But back to passes, Anderson, beautiful spiral, wide open. Oh, just behind him. They're calling for a flag. Everybody is, but no flag on the play. But the ball was just passed behind him. McAfee led him a little bit, would have had a touchdown there.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you what.
First incomplete pass. But Ron, I have to say, I think personally there should have been a flag on the play. But guess what? I'm not a referee.
Thankfully. But again, jazz up your holiday with Saxophone Santa. Whether you're a G audience or an R audience, there's no Christmas or holiday party that could top what Saxophone Santa does. Call them 912-2138. 912-38. Falcons punt the ball. Nice Fitch bounce this time. Ball stopping at the 30-yard line, 25-yard line. Now, he kicked the ball from the 10 all the way down to the 25, Mac. So that's about 70 yards. That ball just traveled after taking a big bounce. So Ledyard's going to take over. It's 7 minutes to play in the game. And I got to tell you, it's time for Ledyard to put something together. They need 2 scores to win this game.
Yeah, indeed they do. Guess what? They're highly capable of doing it, Ron. They've got 7 minutes and 38 seconds. They need a couple of scores. They can absolutely do it. So we'll see. It's going to be an exciting 7 minutes.
Let me thank my buddy back at the station, my engineer, Steve. I'll tell you, Steve, great job. Classy, phenomenal. And I tell you what, couldn't do it without you. You're here at 8 o'clock this morning. And thank you very much, Steve, for everything you've done for this broadcast. Now, there's a quick hitter out to Childs trying to get away, and he's getting some yards on his own, gain of about 15 yards for Ledyard quarterback. And now, thank you, Rainey, the Ledyard quarterback, the senior quarterback, Rainey, has been put back in. What I had heard was he missed practice yesterday, wouldn't be playing today, disciplinary actions, things like that happen. Hey, coaches have to set standards and examples, but now in the fourth quarter he's out there, and he's a senior, and it might be his last game, and I think it's a good move by Coach Bunacore.
The Ledyard Colonels versus the Fitch Falcons. It's Thanksgiving Day football action live on Jammin' 107.7 WWRX, Pawcatuck, New London, Norwich.
Who knows what happened?
I agree.
And you know what? It's his last game, a senior. I mean, it's awful hard to make him sit the entire game. So I'm glad that he's on the field, and Coach Bunacore, being the class guy he is, I like Jimmy a lot, and I like his dad. So moving on, again, Rainey into the quarterback as the quarterback for the Colonels. He's looking left. He's looking deep. He has a player that's covered completely. And, it seems like Fitch has stepped up their defensive backfield. As soon as Rainey came in, they knew that it's time to pick it up a little bit. And take nothing away from the freshman quarterback.
No, he did a nice job. Very nice.
Talia Ebden did a very nice job as a freshman.
Very impressive.
But gosh, golly, how hard was it for Rainey to sit on the sidelines for 3 quarters?
Well, it must have been very hard. That's something he's going to remember the rest of his life. I don't know what the penalty, the punitive measure was. Was he going to sit out 3 quarters, or was he going to sit out the whole game? Or did Coach Bunacore change his conviction. I don't know. But that pass right there was looked like a wounded duck. That was not a pretty pass.
Here's a pass by Rainey up, and it's a knockdown. Nice defensive play by Casey Flint. But, we can't get involved in what Bunicor or any coaches do for discipline for their kids. That's up to them. That's an in-house situation. All I can say is I'm glad to see the kid on the field right now. Being a senior, being Thanksgiving, I'm glad to see the kid on the field. So with that said, the ball at the 40-yard line, and he could have decided to sleep in. He could have ran out of gas. Who knows?
That's true.
What do I know?
I sleep in every day. I'm retired.
And it's hard for you to do that.
It's easy being retired, Ron.
It's easy to be tired. Ledyard with the ball. Rainey rolling to his left, looking for someone. Throws the ball, has a nice defensive play. Holy mackerel. Yeah. John Moskow out of nowhere. And Rainey threw that ball right on the money. And John Moskow out of nowhere knocked the ball away. So, but looks like Mr. Rainey over here has got a lot to say to the Fitch sidelines. Gosh, oh golly, it's got to be some frustration. But 27 for Fitch, 14 for the Ledyard Colonels, and 1st and 10 now for Fitch. They're going to take over at the 40-yard line. Ledyard went for it at the 40. They got to go for it. They need 2 scores to win the game, man.
Absolutely. So, they had to go for it, but John Muskell saved the day for Fitch right there. Great defensive effort. Incredible defensive play. Now with the ball, the fullback up the middle. Fumble. Ball's on the ground. As soon as Mac says no fumbles, there's a fumble. I think Ledyard has recovered the ball, but Manzanares has fumbled the ball, and I believe Ledyard has it, Mac. Ledyard has recovered the ball. So, and it wasn't fumbled because he was hit hard or anything. It was just a handling of the ball by his part. Yeah. And I'll tell you something. Knowing Mike Emery, he'll tell you, you might be the fastest guy, you might be the best, but if you can't hold on to the ball, you can't run the ball for the Falcons. Well, Ledyard's got a reprieve here. 27-14. Ledyard just recovered the Fitch fumble. So Rainey back in. Got a reprieve. Rainey back in. And hands the ball, keeps the ball himself, bounces off one guy and is thrown down on the ground by Marquise Guest, playing a super game on the defensive line for Fitch. John Rainey, the quarterback. There goes a flag. And it seems like we're going to hit this period of time unsportsmanlike against the Falcons. So the Falcons now, and a couple guys from the Fitch are saying, what did I do? But the kids got to keep it under control and maintain their, what's the word I want, Mac? Composure. Thank you very much. The composure that they have. So maintain your composure. Don't be jitternish. And don't listen to Mac because he feeds you with all the gibberishness that you don't. And these people are laughing at me. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? 22 years of doing the Fitch Ledyard game, and finally I got a couple people laughing at me. Join the rest of the world. We're not laughing with you. We're laughing at you. You're right. I love you like a brother. Ball at the 50. Rainey with a quick hitter to the right side. To the wide receiver. Gain of about 5 on the right side, and that's number 18, 85, Christopher Turner with the ball. But, Mac, you can see Ledyard moves a lot better with Rainey at the helm. He's got a nice arm. He does have a nice arm, except for that wounded duck, but that was incomplete. But he orchestrated that drive last year that ended with Manwaring catching a ball wide open and with 7 seconds left, and Ledyard beat Fitch again last year. So, as I said, they've had the sword for the last 4 years. We'll see what happens. Rainey with the ball. Ball on the 44-yard line. Foul. Refs blow it dead, so we'll see what happens. I think you might have had a Ledyard player move. The referees are pointing to it. But 27-14, 5:30 to play. Plenty of time for the Ledyard to get 2 scores. They're inside Falcon territory. It's offside against the Ledyard Colonels. It'll move the ball back from the Fitch 47 to the Ledyard 48. But really, Mac, 5:30 to play in the game. Still plenty of time for the Ledyard Colonels. Score, onside kick, score, win the game by 1. Bingo.
So here come the Ledyard Colonels. The ball at the 48-yard line from the shotgun. Rainey back to pass. He's looking left. He's scrambling. He almost falls. He gets back on his feet. He's rolling right. He throws a beautiful spiral complete down to the 10-yard line to Childs. And I'll tell you something. That was a phenomenal play by John Rainey, the quarterback of the Ledyard Colonels. And he hits Childs at the 10-yard line. And Ledyard is a different ball team with this guy at the helm, Mac.
Yeah, he woke up the fans in the stands as well. But that pass, he thread a needle on that pass. That was just a beautiful thrown ball. And there were two defenders right there.
And he almost fell when he's in the pocket. When he left the pocket, he was trying to get his footing, and he almost went down. Give him credit for not going down, let alone completing the pass. So ball has been moved to the 15-yard line. Rainey hands the ball off to Gray, who gets some big gain around the left side. We called Gray all first half. We haven't called him much for the second half, but a nice probably 10-yard gain for Gray. No, they're giving him 9, so it's going to be second down and about 1 for Ledyard. 4 minutes, 50 seconds to play. Ball placed at the 9-yard line. Ledyard running quickly. Rainey with the ball again. Hands off to Gray, and there's number 61 again saying, sorry for that. 61 for the Fitch Falcons, Marquise Guess.
Yeah.
But,
and the play before, Mustafa Novi, that was a touchdown-saving tackle.
Yeah, they hadn't given the ball to Gray in a long time. Yeah. Gray, the workhorse of the first half. So, Ledyard calls a timeout. Nice place for a timeout for Coach Jimmy Buonicore because, they're moving down here. They're moving the ball. They score. They get an onside kick. Who knows what could happen? But I want to thank a lot of people for everything, especially Timmy Burrows, John Fuller from the radio station. Don't forget Brian Ram. Brian Ram every morning does a phenomenal job. Great station. We want to thank all those people for letting us come on and do this game. We want to thank all of our sponsors, a Salty Dog, the Valente Automall, Gold Star Pawn. That's where you got your wedding ring there?
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. I thought you did. Starwood Market, United Way, Champion Sports, Field of Fire, Ryan's Pub, Coogan and Gildersleeve, Groton Utilities, R.B. Kent, Bayberry Insurance, Ledge Light Health District, Spriggs and Twigs, Waits Insurance. Want to thank all of them for being the sponsor. Again, the Groton Utilities Player of the Game, Mac. And Kathy, we got to start thinking. We got to put our heads together, see what we're going to have for the offensive player of the game and the defensive player of the game for both teams. And it is going to be tough. A lot of people can get it already. So Ledyard with the ball now. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the game. Fitch 27, Ledyard 14. The ball is on the Fitch, we'll call it the 8-yard line. From the I formation, Rainey back to pass. He fakes the one guy. He has his halfback in the open, and he's in for the touchdown. So Ledyard coming back. That's Chevy Perry. And Ledyard now coming back. And I think we will see an onside kick. And you know he's going to go for one because now it's 27-20. We talked about it in the first quarter. That missed kick could be big. And right now that missed kick could be real big.
Yeah, indeed. 27-20. He's going for the one-pointer.
So to kick the 1 point is Ludoto Alvin Christian, or Christian Alvis is his name, Christian Alvis. And he kicks like Lou the Toe Grosier, if anybody remembers him, from the toe. He's the all-time longest NFL field goal kicker. And Alvis places it right in the middle. Gosh, Mac, he hits those extra points like he's throwing a dart.
I know, and Christian Alvis, the kicker, he's listed at 6'2", 225, Ron, but he only kicks. I'm wondering why he's not a lineman or a fullback or a linebacker. At 6'2", 225, that's a big kid. That's a big kicker. But Lou Groza was a big guy, too.
Yeah, he was. Miles is telling me Lou's brother was... Miles is telling me about Lou Groza. I'm so old, I don't even remember Lou's Groza. Miles is telling me about his brother. Holy cow, Miles, how old are you? Yeah, Kentucky, you got it. 27-21, kick up and good. Ledyard now placing the ball at the 40-yard line. Now, Mac, we got two choices to do. What are you going to do? You're the coach. Are you going to kick an onside kick, give the ball to Fitch at 50 if you don't get it? Or are you going to kick it deep, try to hold him and get the ball back for a final touchdown drive?
That's a tough.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Now, Fitch is set up for the onside kick. Fitch has 7 players on the 50-yard line. They have 2 players behind him and 2 players behind them. Fitch is set up for the onside. Me, if I'm coaching, I'm kicking deep. I'm going to use my 3 timeouts. I have 4 minutes and 33 seconds left to play. I'm going to use my timeouts wisely, stop Fitch and get the ball back. I don't want to give Fitch the ball at the 50-yard line. We'll see what Coach Bunicor does. I've never coached the game. He's won state championships, and we'll see what happens. And he kicks it deep. As I said, Coach, we're thinking on the same play. Bobby Johnson running around trying to get the ball. He feels it at the 5-yard line. He tries to take off, running up. He gets away from one, gets away from the other. Down at the 20-yard line, Bobby Johnson.
Wow.
Really getting the ball out.
Another stiff arm. Incredible stiff arm. He executes that very well.
Well, it was a side kick off the side of his foot. It was a line drive that went about 5 feet high the whole way. It landed at the 30-yard line, and Bobby was ready to grab it, but it took a stupid bounce somewhere. Now Bobby's chasing the ball around the field like a Keystone Cop.
Yep.
And it got a little crazy there, but give him credit for getting the ball out to the 20-yard line. So let's set the table for you, fellas. 4 minutes, 22 seconds to play. Fitch 27, Ledyard 21. Fitch has the ball on their own 19-yard line. In motion is Saffron Davis, and they stopped him right there. Ledyard's onto that play. Fumble. Ball's on the ground. Ledyard has it. Ledyard has the ball. Ball at the 20-yard line. Mac talked about no fumbles. Mac talked about the turnovers. And now they're happening. Ledyard with the ball at the 20-yard line as Saffron Davis fumbled it right there. So here come the Colonels. And we told you this game wasn't over. It's far from over.
Well, I said one of the keys to the game is to not fumble, because Fitch fumbled 3 times against New London, twice last week, and now they've fumbled twice in the last couple of minutes.
Oh, Ledyard's fired up. The fans on the other side are fired up. The team's fired up on the field. The players are fired up as they come out. They've won 4 straight Fitch games, and they won number 5. They won it bad. No playoffs for the Ledyard. This is their playoff, and there goes Gray around left side. He's in for the touchdown. 22-yard touchdown run, and Ledyard now has the lead. Incredible run by Gray, cross the left side, no one there to tackle him. What a turn of events. In about 30 seconds, we've had a 14-point change. Falcons were leading 27-14, and now it's 27-27 with 4 minutes left to play, and now it's time for Christian Alvis to try to win this game for the Colonels, or at least put them ahead, and give the Falcons the ball back with 4 minutes left to play. Here's the snap. Center, hold the course for it. High snap. Ball's down. Kick up. And it's good. 28 for Ledyard. 27 for the Falcons. 4 minutes to play in the game. Holy cow, do we have a brouhaha here. Holy mackerel, Mac. In no time at all, Falcons, Saffron Davis, their top player, fumbles the ball at the 20-yard line. And like we talked about earlier, and like Jimmy Bunicor talked about in our pregame show, fumbles and turnovers have killed him all year long. Well, Fitch has fumbled twice in a row. And that's going to kill them in this game if they don't come back. 28 for Ledyard, 27 for Fitch. And holy mackerel, you can hear the people going nuts. The Ledyard side waving their Ledyard towels, flying high in the air. Coach Bunicor jumping up and down on the other end, shouting instructions to his team. Coach Emery talking to his captains along the sidelines. Everything's looking good, folks. This is the game right now. 28 for Ledyard, 27 for Fitch, and 4 minutes and 8 seconds left to play. And we knew this was coming, Mac. We could smell it.
Fitch is capable of putting some points on the board in 4 minutes, but they look a little demoralized right now, Ron.
Body language speaks high for the Colonels. Fitch has got to dig in and get it going. Nice kick by the Colonels, taken on a fly by Taffron Dandridge. And Dandridge on the left side. He's still running. Runs over people out to about the 38-yard line. Nice job by Dandridge. So the Falcons, 670, 62 yards they need to get into the touchdown area with 4 minutes and 1 second left to play. And the brouhaha is cooking on the stove.
I'll tell you, there's going to be some angry Ledyard fans because some people 5 minutes ago left the stadium.
Yeah. Well, they're tuning in,
listening to us.
Hopefully they are. Quarterback Anderson over center, looking to pass. And it's deflected at the line of scrimmage. Shooting for a wide-open tight end, Riley Pizlaski, and wide open over the middle, but it was deflected at the line of scrimmage.
I think by Kyle Wilson.
Kyle Wilson, big number 75, a nice job. And Kyle Wilson, tall fellow. Kyle Wilson, 6 foot,
6'3", 245.
Yeah, he blocked it at the line of scrimmage. And we'll see what happens. 2nd down and 10. 3:50 to play in the game. Ledyard up by 1. Quarterback calling signals. In motion goes the halfback. Quarterback throws it way out, and that's incomplete. And the Bobby Johnson very angry out there about something. Maybe he thought he got pushed, but I don't think he got pushed. It looked like excellent coverage right there by the Ledyard Colonels, by Joe Carter from the Ledyard Colonels. So here we go, Mac. 3rd and 10 for the Falcons. Ball on their own 39-yard line. I do not think they're in 4-down territory. I don't think you can go for it there. You got to punt it up, use your timeouts. We'll see what happens. 28 for Ledyard, 27 for Fitch. 3:50 to play in the game. Quarterback Devontae Anderson on the center. He's back to pass. He's looking. He throws the ball open. Broken up by the Colonels. Holy mackerel. 2 Falcons right there. I don't know. Somebody may have run a wrong pattern because 2 Fitch Falcon receivers were within 3 feet of each other, but it looked like it went right into the laps of one of them. But a Ledyard Colonel came flying over and knocked it away. And I believe that was Jordan Kowalski that knocked it away, Mac. So 4th and 10. Let's see what Fitch does.
Riley Pizlaski had the ball in his hands and dropped it. And as you said, he got whacked.
Here come the Falcons. It's 4th and 10 at their 38. 3:44. They're going for it. Don't know if I agree, but this is the way it goes. It's 4th down. Quarterback back to pass. Anderson, he lays it up. He's wide open, and he overthrows him. He had his man beaten by 5 yards at a minimum, and even the Ledyard player looks down saying thank you, and Anderson overthrew him by about 3 yards. That would have been a touchdown. Holy mackerel. 3 minutes now, 38 to play. Ledyard's going to take over at the 39-yard line. Both teams have Ledyard has 2 timeouts left, and Fitch has 3. So we'll see if they're going. Mac, I don't know if I'd agree with going in the 4th down there, but Mike Emery has a heck of a lot more state championships than I do.
Yep. You've never been a good Monday morning quarterback either, Ron.
No, I'm a good couch quarterback.
Well,
I lay on the couch and eat. 28 for the Colonels, 27 for the Falcons. Ball on the Fitch 39-yard line. Ledyard wants to hear tick-tock, tick-tock. Rainey hands off to Gray. Gray's taken down after a gain of 5. Going to be a 2nd down and 5. Tick-tock, Falcons stop the clock with their first time out right there at 3 minutes and 31 seconds to play. If Ledyard gets a first down as they're traveling, this game is going to be over. We'll see what happens. I got to give Ledyard all the credit in the world. What a phenomenal comeback. And you know, you can't fumble the ball away with 5 minutes left in a game, Mac,
no,
and expect to walk away victorious. Just doesn't happen, fellas.
Well, let's remind everyone that John Rainey came off the bench towards the end of the 3rd quarter, having been been disciplined by sitting out the first half and most of the third quarter, and look what has happened since he's been in, Ron.
The kind of team just got picked right up. He's a senior, Mac. He won this game last year for him.
He did.
These kids have never lost this game in 4 years. He got off the bench. I bet you he was on that bench pulling on Jimmy Buonicor's shirt the whole game. Please, 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 Coach, I'm begging you, let me in there. And he finally got him in, and look what he's done. He's sparked him, he's ignited him, and he's marched him down, and he's taken the lead.
Yes, indeed. The 2 Fitch fumbles certainly helped their cause. But as I said earlier, he orchestrated and engineered the drive last year that beat Fitch with 7 seconds left.
Ball on the 34-yard line, 2nd and 5. Rainey with the ball, hands off to Gray. Gray met right there, and I believe the Falcons will call a timeout, which they do. Okay, now it's going to be 3rd and 5, no gain on the play. 3:24 left to play in the game. Fitch calls a timeout, ball being placed at the 34-yard line. I hope you're enjoying this game. Gosh, oh golly, this is a phenomenal game. Played very well by both teams. I'll tell you what, I'm very happy. Let me just get a list of our sponsors right here so I can remind you all exactly who's bringing you this game. Groton Utilities. It's time to pick an MVP for the offense and the defense. We'll figure out who that is as time goes on. Waits Insurance, Spriggs and Twigs, Ledge Light Health District, Bayberry Insurance, RB Kent, Groton Utilities, Coogan and Gildersleeve, Ryan's Pub. That's where we're going after the game. I'm going to have to go down there after this game. Field of Fire, Champion Sports. Thank them for the nice hardware that they ship to us United Way. Starwood Market, Gold Star Porn, Valenti Automotive, and the Salty Dog. Without those, we would not be here. Thank you very much for bringing this game to you around the world. If you're leaving, if you're going somewhere, break out your telephone. Go to jammin1077.com. Hit listen live. You can listen from Mars if you'd like. I believe we have Mars. Or at least Hawaii, anyway. Here we go. 3rd and 4. Ball on the 34-yard line. Rainey calling signals. He's going to keep it himself, and he's just going to run. He gets about 2, maybe 3 yards. Going to bring up a 4th down and 3. Fitch has 1 timeout left, but I don't believe they're going to use it. Clock is ticking. 3:10, 3:9, 3:8. So Fitch is going to let it go. Now on the board it says timeouts left, 2 for each team. I believe Fitch used 2, so Fitch should have 1 timeout on that board up there. And because they've used 2 thus far, leaving them 1. Mike Henry letting the clock run right now. Letting the clock run. Ledger just standing there. They just want to hear tick-tock, tick-tock. Rainey over there talking to Coach Jim Buonicore, getting some final instructions. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the game. Ledger 28. Fitch 22nd and 7. A 1-point game, and now Ledyard takes a timeout. Excellently coached game by Coach Jim Buonicore. Excellently coached. Don't forget. Go ahead, Mac.
I was going to say always. I told you both teams are well coached, well disciplined, highly effective coaching jobs on Ledyard and Fitch as well.
Calling the plays for Fitch, Andrew Bergen. We remember Andrew Bergen. He played for Fitch back and was on that team that set the most wins for the ECC in a row. I believe they had 33 ECC straight wins. He was on that team that led the state in scoring. I believe it's still a state scoring record, but he calls the plays for Fitch upstairs. And Mike Emery very happy to him. Graduate of Villanova University, where he played offensive tackle for 4 years. So he's calling the plays for the Falcons. It's going to be it says 3rd and 3. Hey, 4th and 3, guys. 4th and 3, not 3rd and 3. 4th and 3. Fitch has 1 timeout left. Ball is on the 32-yard line. Here come the Colonels. Out wide to the left, right. Here's Gray. And Gray is digging. He's pushing. He's fighting. But he did not get it. He didn't get it. Falcons are going to take over. And I don't believe they're even going to measure for it. I think he's about a half a yard short, Mac, the entire way. And the Falcons are up. And the body language on this side of the field for the team in black. They're now going crazy. 2 minutes, 27 seconds on the clock for Falcons. They have to march the ball exactly 70 yards from the 30-yard line. And the referee's now blowing, and Jimmy Buonicore, I believe, may use his 2nd timeout. And yes, his second timeout. So both schools will have one timeout as we come down. And, Mac, timeouts could play a very vital part of this game.
Could play a vital part, but you go back to, Fitch could win it with a field goal, and they do have an excellent field goal kicker. Timeouts play a big part, and then, 2 minutes, 27 seconds left. Fitch is down by 27, and Ledyard has 28. What a game. What a second half.
So, Mac, we go back to Fitch's first score when they missed the kick, but you and I both called it good. I mean, from our angle. So it didn't miss by much. I mean, the referees are right under it. They can see perfectly. But the kick didn't miss by much. In all honesty, it really should be 28-28 right now.
Well, yeah.
How important that 1 point is.
Well, it's a moot point at this time, but you're right. But guess what, Ron? Fitch also, indeed, they lost 2 fumbles, but they also had 2 touchdowns called back.
And one was a big one. One was the 52-yarder, and they called and I'm not saying the refs made a bad call on it. They made the proper call, but a 52-yarder, and the infraction happened 13 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and then it backed them up another 15 yards. So they lost like 80 yards on one play.
Yeah.
So here come the Falcons. 1st and 10. Ball on the 30-yard line. Anderson back to pass. He's looking. He's hit when he throws it, and that's going to be incomplete. And he made sure he didn't underthrow him this time. But the Falcons now thrown the ball 4 straight times, Mac. I think there's plenty of time to put the ball on the ground and maybe do what you do best. But like I said before, I've never coached a team, nor have I won a state championship. And Mike Emery has a few. Jimmy Bunicor has a few. All I do is report what's happening and give my opinion, which really isn't worth that much.
No, your opinion isn't, but you're an excellent play-by-play, Ron. I have to say.
I love you, brother.
I love you, man.
Here comes the Falcons. Ball on the 30-yard line. 28 for Ledyard. 27 for Fitch. They put the ball on the ground. Here's Saffron Davis with a 20-yard gain, knocked out of bounds just before the 50-yard line. Now, what that does is not only give him the 18 yards he just gained, but he's out of bounds, and the clock is stopped when you're out of bounds. So 2 minutes, 15 seconds to play. Fitch has only used about 15 seconds of the clock, so 2:15 left to play. 28 for Ledyard, 27 for Fitch. They marked him out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Over center is Anderson calling the plays. He hands the ball off to his running back, Bobby Johnston. Thank you, guys. And Bobby Johnson tackled right there for no gain. And holy cow, we hear those Ledyard people going crazy. This has really turned out to be a phenomenal Thanksgiving Day broadcast. Fitch calls a timeout. They really wanted Bobby Johnson to get out of bounds on that play to stop the clock, but it didn't happen. So Mike Emery on the field. 2 minutes and 3 seconds to play in the game. Plenty of time. Either way you go. It's going to be a 2nd down and 10 for Fitch. And I believe the ball was placed at the 45-yard line for a no gain on that play.
Well, Bobby Johnson ran into Devontae Anderson, which slowed him up, and Ledyard was able to catch him in the backfield by the shirt and bring him down from behind.
Before he got to the out of bounds.
Yes.
And what Mac's talking about is that they have this play where they put the fellow in motion from way to the right side, but he's not one step behind the quarterback. He's barely behind the quarterback. So when the quarterback turns the hand off, they had a little contact on that play, which really threw the whole timing off of the entire play.
Yep. But I think maybe Mike Emery listened to you, Ron, because you said do what you do best. And, Fitch is an excellent running team. They were 5 for 5 passing to start the game, and now the last 4 passes have been incomplete.
I'll tell you what, though, this quarterback, Devontae Anderson, throws a beautiful pass.
He does.
Here we go. 2nd down and 10 for the Falcons. Ball on the 45-yard line. Rolling right is Anderson. He's looking for somebody and overthrows him. So it's going to bring a 3rd down and 10. Overthrown ball on the run. Ledyard really kind of trying to tee off, knowing he's going to be passing the ball. Minute 59 to play in the game.
Ledyard 28, Fitch 27. This is a nail biter. It's a nail biter, just like last year. but the roles are reversed. Last year, Ledyard was behind and scored with 7 seconds left. This year, Fitch is behind with the ball.
Anderson out under center, calling the plays. Everyone in tight. He's going to roll to his right. He has plenty of time. Over the middle, he's open. It's up and it's off his hands. And they're looking for a foul, and they say no. Right off his fingertips, and that being Riley Pozowski, right off his fingertips, but the two previous passes were overthrown, and that one was underthrown. Had he overthrown that one, that would have been 6. What a game. It's unbelievable. Back down to 4th down and 10, and Fitch has no timeouts left. If they do not get this first down, Mac, I'm sorry. Ledyard will win this football game. Fitch is done. 4th and 10, 1:52 to play. 28 Ledyard, 27 Fitch. Ball at Fitch's 45-yard line. In motion is Davis. Back to pass is Anderson. On the run, he overthrows him. The ball goes out of bounds. Overthrows him by about 5 yards on the run, making the pass. You got to compliment the pass rush by Ledyard. They chased him out of the pocket on the run, and I'm telling you, Ledyard, I believe, just needs to take a knee. If I can find out how many seconds between each play they go, 25 seconds between each play. So if they take a knee 3 times, that's 75 seconds. That's 1:15. So it's a possibility if Fitch could take the ball back. It's only 25 seconds in between plays, where at college, I believe it's 35 or 40. But Rainey is going to take a quarterback sneak. He's going to hold the ball. Fitch cannot stop the clock. So tickety-tock, 1:35 to play in the game. Ledyard will use all 25 seconds they have. By my calculations, Fitch could get the ball back with about 20 seconds left to play in the game.
Well, am I speaking prematurely by saying that Colonel Ledyard's sword will remain in Ledyard for a 5th-year run?
I do not think you're thinking prematurely. I think I got to credit the entire Ledyard football team, but when they put John Rainey back on that field, this team changed. They became a different team. Rainey again with a quarterback sneak, but they became a different football team.
Yeah.
So the clock ticking, 55 seconds. Going to be a 3rd and 8 for Ledyard. So they're going to take a knee here. What a feeling Rainey's got to have. I mean, from a low of all lows to not being allowed to play, to going in there in the 4th quarter, rallying his team, and coming back and get a victory.
Indeed.
Magnificent.
Yes. And he did it in just a little over a quarter.
Take nothing away from the freshman quarterback that started, Ty Ebden. Played a phenomenal game, made no errors at all. And that's it. Rainey takes a knee. They're shaking hands on the field. And the final score will be Ledyard 28 and the Fitch Falcons 27. And the sword's going to stay in Ledyard. Stay with us. We're going to come back and recap in just a minute. Final score 28 Ledyard, 27 Fitch. I'm Ron Adams along with Kevin McMahon. You're listening to the station for the best music you could possibly hear. Today's hottest hits, Jammin' 107.7.
Thanksgiving high school football with the Ledyard Colonels and the Fitch Falcons. We'll be right back after this on Jammin' 107.7.
Hello, folks. Rob Valenti at the Bob Valenti Auto Mall at Bob Valenti Chevrolet. It's preferred pricing and more on the new 2012 and 13 Chevrolets. New Chevrolet Cruises take off $2,000. New 2012 Chevrolet Equinox take off $2,500. New 2012 Malibu take off $5,500. Over 125 Chevrolets clearly marked for preferred pricing event and more. New 2012 Chevrolet Silverado Extended and Crew Cab take off $9,000. 1 hour delivery. Oil change program for life at no charge to you. Go to BobValenti.com or call 800-699-2571. Thank you and just smile.
There's more to insurance than just a great rate, and Waits Insurance in Norwich is proof. With over 100 years of combined experience and owners that are proud members of the military, Waits Insurance knows how to be prompt, efficient, and gets things done quickly. And since Waits works with almost every independent insurance carrier out there, they get you the best rate and fit for personal and commercial accounts, bonds, and specialty policies. So why wait? Insure with Waits Insurance, Broadway in Norwich, right next to City Hall, and at waitsinsurance.com.
I got my flu shot. How about you? This Tuesday, Ledyard Health District is preventing disease, illness, and injury. Come get your flu shot from 5 p.m. to 7:30 at the City of Groton Municipal Building at 295 Meridian Street and be good for the whole season. Flu shots are $15. Call Ledyard today and find out about upcoming clinics. 860-448-4882. Protect yourself from the seasonal flu and H1N1. Come to Wellness Fair this Tuesday from 5 to 7:30 at the City of Groton Municipal Building. Just $15 for flu shots. 860-448-4882 or ledgelithd.org.
You can't count on the weather, but you definitely can count on Bayberry Insurance in Groton. Even in the midst of our last hurricane, Bayberry Insurance was taking your calls live and in person. The staff at Bayberry has more than 100 years combined experience and continually takes the time to learn about the changes of insurance in our area. To learn more about the agency, staff, and products, go to bayberryinsurance.com or like us on Facebook. Then give us a call, 445-5625. Bayberry Insurance, 1 Fort Hill Road, Groton. Let our knowledge work for you.
It's cold out there at the Groton Ledyard game, but RB Kent & Son Inc. keeps your favorite local businesses warm by servicing businesses with their commercial heating, cooling, and refrigeration needs. Schedule a maintenance appointment or emergency service for your business. RB Kent & Son Inc. Gales Ferry would like to wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. When your commercial heating, cooling, and refrigeration turns off, turn to RB Kent & Son Inc. Best of luck, Groton and Ledyard.
Antonino Auto Group wishes both teams the best of luck in this Thanksgiving Day football rivalry. The Antonino Auto Group, family owned and operated for over 50 years and proud to be your transportation leader. The Antonino Auto Group, Gerard Toyota, Michael Kia, Antonino Acura, Gerard Nissan, Nissan of Norwich, Charles Toyota, Gerard Ford, and Toyota of Colchester, wishing you and your family a happy Thanksgiving.
At your service. At your service. Groton Utilities at your service. Groton Utilities at your service.
Groton Utilities. We're in our second century of delivering superior customer service. We bring you reliable electric power, quality water, superior cable television, and internet service with the speed you need. Groton Utilities. We're local, we're loyal. We deliver the service you deserve. Groton Utilities and quality service. A winning pair.
If you can imagine it, we can recreate it at Champion Sports. For trophies, plaques, and awards, Champion Sports can customize to fit your needs. For schools or organizations, if you are looking for team uniforms or a trade show display, they have the largest selection in southeastern Connecticut. Champion Sports is located on Long Hill Road in Groton, or call them at 448-9066. That's 448-9066. Champion Sports.
Men should go to the barber, but real men go to the Salty Dog Barber Shop. Get shaved with a straight razor, get groomed to perfection, and enjoy the company of the lovely Amy while you do. Worried about waiting? Go shoot pool in the other room and look at your favorite playmates while you wait. The Salty Dog Barber Shop in downtown Mystic. The real man's barber shop. One cut and you'll wish your hair grew faster. The Salty Dog is open Monday through Saturday until 7 p.m.
Coogan Gildersleeve Appliances.
Looking for that new appliance but not sure exactly where to begin? Start at Coogan Gildersleeve Appliance of Mystic. With prices ranging from low budget to luxury and financing's always available. Only the best name brands such as KitchenAid, Electrolux, Miele, Wolf, and Viking. Coogan Gildersleeve, Route 27 in downtown Mystic, past the seaport.
Coogan Gildersleeve Appliances. Coogan Gildersleeve Appliances.
Thanksgiving high school football with the Ledyard Colonels and the Fitch Falcons. We'll be right back after this on Jammin' 107.7.
And welcome back to Fitch Senior High School, Door Field. Final score, Ledyard Colonels 28, the Fitch Falcons 27. How did we know that a missed extra point that couldn't have missed by much from the beginning was the difference of this ball game, Mac? But I'll tell you what, it was an exciting football game, and congratulations to both teams for really putting out a magnificent effort.
Yeah, magnificent is a good adjective. It was a magnificent game. Well played, except the 2 fumbles that Fitch lost, and that ultimately cost them. But you said at Fitch's first touchdown, that 1-point conversion kick missed may come back to haunt them, and it did indeed. It cost them the game.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it was a bad kick or anything. We were just about to say good from the press box, so it might have been to the right a little bit. I don't know. Of course, the referee's got a perfect view at it. They know. But it looked good. It was a perfect kick and everything, but just missed it, and it was the final score. But, I got to be honest with you. You don't win or lose football games in the first quarter. You win or lose football games in the fourth quarter. Yeah. And when it was time to hold on to the football at the time, Fitch just coughed it up twice, and that's what cost him the ball game.
Well, I said at the onset of our production that keys to the game are for Fitch not to fumble. And because they fumbled 3 times against New London in the first half, they fumbled twice last week in the first half, and now fumbled twice in the fourth quarter that cost them the game as well. So that was the key to the game, was watch the turnovers. And at one point, I told you in the third quarter, there had been no fumbles, there had been no interceptions, and at one point there was very few flags, very few penalties. That changed. But also the fumbles. It cost them. And Saquon Davis, who is, I think, one of the best runners in the state, gave up the ball, and Ledyard recovered.
Hey, I really want to just say this, Jimmy Bunicor did a phenomenal job today.
Always.
And let's just say this, Mac. We watched them play against New London 10 days ago, and we watched Ledyard not able to put the ball in the end zone. They couldn't even get to the 20-yard lines. Fitch puts up 38 against New London. So 10 days later, Jimmy comes out here, and he's got a different offense. And he's got Gray running the ball like a workhorse up the middle, and he just put it together, and I'm going to give him all the credit in the world for turning a team that, in my eyes, had not too much on offense, but turning them into a victorious team today, scoring 28 points and winning the football game.
With a freshman quarterback for 3 quarters.
Don't forget that either.
Yeah.
Nice job, Ledyard. Nice job, Fitch. Nice job. Hey, Fitch has got a game Tuesday. This could do Fitch more good in the long run, Mike, as we look at it, because maybe in the fourth quarter they'll learn to hold on to the ball when the state championships come. But you know what? All 5 years straight now, Ledyard's beating them. These kids in that field house for Fitch have never beaten these kids.
That's true.
Live with that forever. That's got to hurt.
It does hurt, because trust me, I was there. My 3 years at Fitch, 42 years ago, we had never beaten New London. But in baseball, we beat New London twice and NFA twice my senior year. So that was kind of my consolation, Ron?
Yeah, well, that was back in the days before they had wooden bats. I think they used grass bats or whatever.
And we wore leather helmets.
But I'll tell you, Mac, it was a great Thanksgiving. It was a great football game. The weather was magnificent. The kids on the field had nothing but fun. You got to give them all the credit in the world. Fans were great. It was just a great All-American day for high school sports and for kids going down. But we got to say one thing. We could not have done it without this young lady right here. And I want to pay special thanks to Kathy Wilson. She's the greatest. Without her, and she's yelling names in my ear that helps me all the time, that I don't, like a new guy gets it, I'm looking, she just tells me the name. It's just such a pleasure to have her with us, and besides being absolutely beautiful, she's pretty smart too.
She is indeed. She's taught me so much.
I just got to get her the eye exam. But in any event, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. Mac, happy Thanksgiving to you. We'll be seeing you soon, you and your family. Kathy, same to you. I want to thank everybody that helped us put this together. Tim Burrows, without Tim Burrows, we got no show. Tim's the man behind the man, and Tim started this about 15 years ago, and without Tim, we wouldn't be doing it. John Fuller over at the station, Brian Ram, my buddy Steve, the engineer, working his tail off since about 6 o'clock this morning. There's a lot to do to bring putting this together, all the salespeople, all the people at the radio station. We want to thank all of them. But most important, we want to thank you. We want to thank you for tuning in. We want to thank you for caring. We want to thank you for caring about your community. We want to thank you for caring about your children. We want to thank you for just being there when we need you. Because, Mac, without family, we don't have much in this country.
That is true.
Okay.
We're in the greatest country in the world, Ron. God bless America.
God bless.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving from Kevin McMahon. Happy Thanksgiving, Kathy Wilson. Happy Thanksgiving from Ron Adams. Thanks for tuning in. Again, the final score, Ledyard 28, Fitch 27. It was a brouhaha. I'm Ronnie A. I'll see you next year. Go do something nice for people. Bye-bye.